Subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to get our latest updates.
Talk about, so kind of some people recognize that dementia care is challenging, but I think often it's not really understood as to what is the most challenging aspect or why is it more challenging than any other, elder care, so to speak. So if you can, based on your personal experience, talk about why you think it's more challenging than, other conditions.
Yeah. So during the initial stages of her mother-in-law's Alzheimer's, we used to wonder because she used to be an extremely disciplined person otherwise. Suddenly, everything started changing slowly. Suddenly, she will have a cup of coffee and she will forget that she will had food and then she forget that she had food and then complain that I have not given her any food. But then being a very disciplined person, we were not able to take it. We were not able to cope with that behavior. And but we were somehow managing because after all food and coffee it's okay. But then later on in the middle stages, like we were like shocked to see her trying to take a phenyl bottle and drinking it as milk. So that is when we started thinking, oh my god, what is happening? So I said, what is this they are doing? She said, this is milk, huh? Then that is where we thought this behavior is getting us somewhere. We have to address this behavior. Otherwise, earlier we never knew what is this dementia, never heard about Alzheimer's as such. And then another occasion when she started, asking us to open the door and leave her out so that she could go home and give her father-in-law a cup of coffee who has passed away 50 years ago. So all such behaviors were something very new to her personality, and that is how we thought of, that is when exactly we thought of taking doctor's advice.
Right.
Till that time we were coping up, but when this phenyl occasion and this trying to see her father-in-law who is no more, so all that was really sort of a behavior which we never knew earlier. So all this made us, to seek doctor's advice. So that is when actually we I should say that there was a lapse in our going to the doctor. I think we delayed because we were not aware of such behavior earlier, so we were not knowing what was happening to her. So but then physically she was completely all right, but behavioral changes when we saw, we never correlated that it could be some disease. We thought that it will become better because we had just lost our father-in-law, and probably because of that she is getting a little bit that change of behavior is noticeable. We thought that way, but then when we thought that this is disturbing her lifestyle, it is disturbing her routine life, that is when we sought the intervention of a psychiatrist.
Right. Thank you, Gomathi. Mangala, from your experience as running a support group as well as a memory care clinic, why do you think dementia care is particularly challenging?
It's very, very challenging, as Gomathi said. The first challenge is that of accepting the diagnosis. Accepting the memory loss, accepting the decrease in cognitive abilities. These are the main challenges, because when the diagnosis is handed out, caregivers do not know anything about the disease. The caregiving responsibility just falls into their lap and they don't know anything about it, what this disease is about, what is the caregiving process, what is the caregiver's role. They really don't know anything about it. So that is the first challenge. The second challenge would be that of behavioral problems. Gomathi was explaining a few behavioral challenges, but behavioral challenges are the ones which increase the stress on the caregivers. And there are a lot of common behavioral problems. For example, aggression and agitation is number one, irritability. Then not listening to the caregivers. Many of them feel that whatever, because we have been doing so much for them, that they should listen to us. So the third is, repetitive behavior or talking repetitively the same things over and over again. Then wandering is a very, very common problem, and wandering happens in almost all the cases.
Right.
Hallucinations, not wanting to eat, not wanting to drink, not wanting to take medications, incontinence, and sleeplessness. These are some of the common issues, and sleeplessness is really very difficult for the caregivers, because if the patient is sleeping through the day and awake through the night, then the caregiver cannot get any sleep at all. So this is the second set of problems, and as Gomathi was saying, this is the reason why people refer to the doctor in the first place. I mean, they come to the doctor 2 or 3 years later, and that is why the treatment cannot be started early, and they cannot receive optimum treatment. The third is family conflict, I would say. If the siblings are caring for the parent, then family conflict is quite a major issue, according to my experience. Then family not working as a team, caregiver working on one's own, managing so many responsibilities. What else? I think these are the major kind of challenges. And along with all of this, stress and strain that the caregiver has to fight, and the effect it has on the physical and mental health of the caregiver. Therefore, these challenges continue to pile up.
Right.
So the caregivers go on facing the challenges all throughout the caregiving